Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found your way. I do weekly updates on my Mounjaro Tirzepatide journey, sharing real stuff, the progress, the setbacks, and the messy in-betweens. This is officially my week 25 update, and I've just completed my second week on the 10.625 milligrams of Tirzepatide. Spoiler alert, there's been major improvement in my blood sugar, a little weight loss, and let's just say some majorly embarrassing side effects. And we're not talking sunshine and roses here, so buckle up. This week's average weight was 236.8 pounds, which means I lost 0.8 pounds this week. Not huge, but a step in the right direction. I'm still about 0.8 pounds above my starting weight from almost 6 months ago, but the trend is looking better. And now that I know how many calories to shoot for to lose weight, thanks to the RunSTAR Smart Scale, which I have linked below in the description, if you feel like you want to check it out for yourself. Also, the medication is high enough that I'm finally experiencing a little mild appetite suppression. Blood sugar. This is where it gets exciting. My fasting blood glucose dropped from 140 to 136 on average. That might not sound huge, but it's a part of a bigger story. Let's talk A1C estimates. The My Sugar app DMI dropped from 6.6 to 6.5. That's based on the last 3 months of data. But what I really rely on is the Dexcom DMI, which gives me weekly snapshots. This is more useful data for me because it is a limited time, and that allows me to know whether something I did the previous week helped or hurt my body. Last week, my DMI on Dexcom was 6.8. This week, it dropped to 6.3. That's a major improvement, and even better, my time in range, which I have set as 70 to 160, jumped from 90% to 99%. I literally spent almost all week in a healthy blood sugar range. That right there is a huge non-scale victory. Why? Because every time your blood sugar stays elevated, it's like tiny shards of glass ripping up the inside of your arteries. It damages the endothelial lining and increases the risk of complications. Elevated blood sugar also means elevated insulin, and insulin is a fat-storing hormone, so high levels make it harder to lose weight. As far as energy and mood goes, I have felt pretty steady, which is not unusual. I was a little tired Wednesday after the shot, and Saturday I struggled to keep my eyes open, but overall my mood has been really good and consistent. Now let's get to the side effects. Because y'all, it was not cute. There was no nausea this week, which was nice. That was nice. But the belching, oh my goodness. It came back with a vengeance for 5 days straight. And in not just the belching, add in some bloating and what I affectionately call butt biscuits. You know, those bottom burps that build up pressure until they just force their way out. Yeah, that has not been my favorite part of the week. I'd honestly take a little nausea over all that gas. I'd actually take a lot of nausea over all that gas. And what did I do to manage it? There was nothing. Nothing worked. I tried the Beano like several times. I'd like increase the dose of it. It didn't work. I just had to live through it. So solidarity, if you're in that boat too. Diet and nutrition. Food-wise, things went really smoothly this week. I found that eating the same or similar meals each day makes tracking in Chronometer super simple and fast. Also, the less variation makes narrowing down problem foods a lot easier. So here's what I had. Breakfast was berries with yogurt, either strawberries, mixed berries, or grapes. Sometimes I added granola, sometimes not, usually not. Lunches was cucumber pasta salad. P.S. I'm sharing the full recipe on July 16th, so stay tuned. Dinners overnight, or rather overday, oats with homemade yogurt or kefir, topped with our own fresh blueberries from our own edible landscaping, the sweetest strawberries, and granola. Everything worked really well for my blood sugar, and it was all super tasty. I'll be sharing my granola recipe on July 23rd. And my easy soy yogurt method on July 2nd. So exercise. Nothing new in the exercise department. I'm still walking every day after lunch for at least 45 minutes, and I try to get in a little upper body resistance training too. The only hiccup is some muscle fatigue in my calves the first couple days after my shot. Other than that, Tirzepatide hasn't affected my exercise ability or motivation. I'm still moving. I'm still feeling good. So this week really felt like a turning point with my blood sugar compared to earlier weeks. I'm seeing a lot more consistency, better fasting numbers, and nearly perfect time and range. I mean, that was like huge. So I know some of you asked, how long did it take to see real change in your A1C estimate? For me, it took about 5 to 6 weeks on Dexcom to notice serious change, and about 2 full months before the My Sugar app shifted significantly. So if you're still waiting, hang in there. Consistency does pay off. My motivation this week came from seeing those better blood sugar numbers. Sometimes progress isn't what the scale says. Sometimes it's your labs. Sometimes it's your energy. Sometimes it's your mindset. Remember, your worth is not defined by your weight. Celebrate every win, even if it's invisible to others. And hey, if you're having a hard week, please be kind to yourself. Healing is not linear, and neither is this journey. So to recap, blood sugar saw amazing improvements. Weight loss was small but steady. Side effects were dramatic. Food and exercise stayed on track. And if you found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to hear how your week went, whether you're on Mounjaro, Tirzepatide, or just trying to manage your health journey naturally. Let's support each other in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Shalom, and until next time, stay healthy in heart.